Psycho 14-year-old, let's never meet again. This happened quite a few years ago now, April 27th, 2019 to be exact. With a bigger group of my friends, so I'm going to quickly lay out everyone who was with me. Please bear with me. It was me, my best friend Kylee, my cousin and her now husband Stephanie and Jason, and their best friend Emma. We decided to go to a fairly old cemetery where we're from, no lights in sight for miles, only ranch property surrounding the small cemetery. But that was just the start to our night. Our only goal of this excursion was to find evidence of the paranormal, but we found far more than that in the process. Playing the Ouija board at this old, overgrown area on a provided bench, we decided we weren't getting much action from this spot and wanted to move. That's when Emma brought up the fact that there's a school park down the road where the baseball coach had committed suicide in the baseball field hut. All of us were saddened but interested in seeing what was up with the place. Very white of us, I know. Shortly after arriving at our destination, we pull into the parking lot, and immediately we began to question. A group of teenagers were under a pavilion, but one seemed to be sitting out, completely away from his group in the road. We grew concerned and drove up to him, asking him if he was okay. He clarified that he was 100% okay. His friends were just smoking marijuana at the moment, which he wasn't fond of, so wanted to stay out of it. Understandable, but we're all on the verge of being adults in the car, and him saying he was 14 in the flow of the conversation, we put it upon ourselves to just mind our own business and excuse ourselves to a different pavilion across the way. All of us get comfy in our area, still being able to hear the shouts and laughs coming from the group of teenagers across the way. Whipping the Ouija board out, we all took a seat on a table. Kylee, Stephanie, and Emma decided to stand on the bench seat to get an overview look of me and Jason playing the board. Is there anyone here? I ask. Yes. Who are we speaking to? Leave. What do you mean leave? Danger. We were all confused, but a person jumping through a bush near us made all our fear turn towards him, the same 14-year-old we checked on when we first got here. We screamed and jumped in fear, but it calmed once we saw who it was. That was our second mistake. My friends are still smoking. Mind if I watch you guys play too? Sure. Seemed innocent enough. He stood on the bench next to Emma while me and Jason continued. Is there anyone still here with us? Go, danger, leave. I don't understand what danger is there. And with that, my heart sunk as I looked up to my friends. The 14-year-old was holding a large hunting knife, grasped with both hands and a giant smile on his face. This thing needs to die, the kid yelled out, bringing the knife up like he was going to start stabbing my Ouija board. I screamed for my friends to move and that he had a knife. Everyone scrambled, including him, but once he got off the table, it seemed like he snapped back into reality. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to hurt you guys, I swear, he yelled back at all of us. All of us, in a frenzy of panic and confusion, just kept yelling at him to go away, or asking him why he had the knife in the first place. Protection is one thing, but this was a giant hunting knife, big enough to completely gut an elk or moose. Leave or we're calling the cops, Jason says in a stern voice, which finally causes this kid to start picking up his pace back towards his friends and away from us. At one point, in the grass separating us and his friends, he dropped down to his knees and began digging the knife in and out of the dirt in front of him. We were just going to get up and leave, not make a bigger deal out of it until we saw him take off in full sprint to his friends, knife still in hand. We had already made our way into the car at this point as we were witnessing this, and just by the pure rage and determination you could see in his run, we were sure he was going to try and attack them. We screamed at the friends, begging them to run and that he had a knife. They did exactly what we said and began to take off in the surrounding neighborhood. Emma had already started talking to 911 at this point, and being that it was nearly 2 a.m. and slow for the police, sooner than later there were at least 10 cop cars surrounding the kid, weapons drawn as he still had the knife in hand. Drop it! Drop the knife! They started screaming at him, watching his every move. And somehow, where we pulled over, we had a front row seat to the entire thing. He brought his arms up and dropped them back down violently. We all thought we just saw this 14-year-old commit seppuku in front of us, but thankfully, the knife was just dropped, and he also dropped to his knees to just be arrested. But truthfully, I don't think any of us want to find out. So that being said, psycho 14-year-old at the park, let's never ever meet again.